here we go with part 2 of exercise 2-6. This is where we left off, and now what we're going to do is use that same data, only we're going to do a contribution format. Okay, so this is still exercise 2-6. Now, as the problem told us before, I'll hold this up so you can see it, although you probably can't. So maybe I'll go like this. Okay, the data is still the same in this portion. We still start out with sales. Our sales were still $20,000 at $30 a unit, giving us $600,000 in sales. Now here's where things get a little different. Is now what we're going to do is start analyzing and reporting our costs based on their behavior. So here's the variable costs. So now we're going to take only the variable costs, the variable portion of our selling, which was $4 a unit, times the number of units that we sold, which was 20,000. So here we've got 80,000. We'll do the same thing with our administrative. So our administrative were $2 a unit times the 20,000 that we sold, giving us 40,000. Okay, good so far. Now, oh, and I have to also put in our cost of goods sold, which should have gone first. All right, and that was the same 160,000 that we had before. If you need a refresher on that, this is where we got our $160,000. We started with 24, we added 180. Our cost of goods sold was the 160, leaving us an ending inventory of 44. Okay, so continuing on, now what we've got, instead of our gross margin, which is what we typically have been reporting on this whole time, now we have a new thing, and it's called contribution margin. Okay, so we take our sales less all of our variable costs, and now we have a contribution margin of $320,000. So this is really important because our contribution margin helps our managers when we prepare that to determine how much of our variable costs basically eat up the sales and how much do we have left to cover our fixed costs, which are the next things that we're going to report. So we have a fixed selling. Hold on. Okay, so we have a fixed selling portion, which was 40,000. We had a fixed administrative, which was 30,000, giving us total fixed of 70,000. And here's where things get really great, is that we have a total net operating income of our contribution margin less our fixed expenses that give us 250, which, if you notice, is exactly what it was under the traditional. So that's how we solve the two income statements.